We ready?
Yep.
All right, give us the old countdown to Rooney.
Starting in 5, 4, 3,
12,
2,
9.
11.
Good evening, denizens of the internet. I am Chris, joined by Chris,
Good day.
Eric,
Ahoy.
and Taylor.
Hi.
The only one who went for the non-storybook greeting. We're out of the podcast. We're back from the break. It was Easter. We stuffed ourselves silly.
Oh, so much stuffing.
You know what's funny? I stuffed myself with McDonald's breakfast. I was actually so full, I did not eat dinner.
See, like, I didn't really eat the food. On the day, I ate a lot of leftovers, so.
Oh, yeah.
I
We
did
have
both.
leftovers we're going to eat, too. Yeah.
I did both, and I think I probably had, like, a half of an entire ham over the course of, like, 3 days.
Yeah, my mom bought, like, the, like, Italian, kind of like antipasto spread, and we didn't open any of it. So, like, we have leftovers in the form of, like, jarred artichokes and mushrooms and stuff. That's going to be amazing.
My extravagant cheating for the day was, I think, bread. I'm saving the fancy stuff for my birthday.
That's valid.
Wow. Wait, when's your birthday?
Coming Monday.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Oh,
Okay, well,
it's going to be...
happy early birthday.
Yeah,
Second
happy birthday
time,
now,
you killed me
because
yet.
I will likely forget.
Yeah.
I'm
You do anything
terrible at
fun?
Birthdays.
Nothing planned yet. Probably just working.
Oh, riveting.
Oh, that is fun. Oh, you got a new job?
No, just the writing, the recording. I'm
Ah,
kinda
okay.
back.
Oh, God.
I didn't go with the Wrath of this Hunter intro for nothing.
Oh,
So
fair.
coming up on the next week.
on Dragon Ball
We're going to
Z.
link that. We have social media now that we need to finish up.
Yeah, we're still working on a new logo.
Advertise it.
Yeah.
We
Well,
have a Facebook.
well, it's not live yet.
Why not?
Because we need to, like, do the graphics and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so
I
we're
mean, it'll be
adminning the
live
dead?
within, like,
Are
a
we
week.
necromancers?
Oh,
What?
totally not.
Are we adminning a dead page right now? Are we
Yes.
necromancers?
Oh, no,
And then we
it's,
will bring
it's,
it back from the dead. We created it dead.
it's being
and it will
born.
come back from the dead.
Sweet, we're in the intro to Jurassic Park.
Pretty much.
Because social media finds a way.
Zuckerberg.
Show me your style.
Zuckerberg in The Fly. Like,
No!
no! Abs on him.
I hate it. Get it away.
That needs to go the same way as the Independence Day sequel. Anyway, moving on. What do we have today?
All right. Topic numero uno. Chris, you want to start with about the good old steam machines?
All right, so does anybody remember steam machines? Because you might need a couple of feather dusters
If
to touch
I-
up this one. And Steam apparently needs to be reminded of them as well because they're being delisted from the front page.
So
They're not being
Machines
taken
were
off of
such a
sale.
good idea.
There's-
Explain the details.
Okay, so the long story short is the Steam machines were intended to be basically prepackaged PCs or pre-builds for people that were in a more console mindset, but looking to break into the PC marketplace. Steam was looking to cater to this with a bunch of different entry points, with everything from several $100s to several $1,000s in hardware investments, all through their own storefront, as
And
well as
that
the
was the
licensed
problem.
retailers. And we are now at the point where years down the line, the Steam machines have gotten so little traction that Steam is basically not even selling them anymore. They're still available in the store, but now you can't find them unless you know to look for them.
I'm not gonna lie, completely forgot they existed.
Shady.
What, Eric?
What? Sorry.
Straight up forgot those existed.
So
Not
did
gonna lie.
everybody
Yeah.
else.
The only reason I know them is because they've kind of become a fixture, aka shelf, in the game stores I go to. It's like they haven't moved in so long, you don't expect them to.
Wait, where do you go to?
Oh, really? I didn't know they were sold anywhere anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they've had 2 in stock for the last, I think, year, maybe 3. And they've never moved. I could put a post-it on them and it will still be there come the turn of the century.
God. I think their biggest problem was trying to do like a million different models and licensing it out to like a million different manufacturers.
Yeah, I
whole
think that was a
point
big
of-
problem.
I think the biggest draw to consoles for people, other than it being like a little bit cheaper, is the fact that you just buy it and play it. So like doing a Steam machine, they should have like picked a company, or maybe two, if you really wanted to get weird with it, and then make like 2 or 3 tiers and be like, look, do you want high, medium, or low settings? Boom.
I mean, we're talking tiers on a console market that didn't even really become a thing until the 8th generation. You go back to the 7th generation at even the earliest, and the only options you have there are slim and storage size. You get to the newer generations where it's like you have a Pro or the original, and then there's slim somewhere in the margin.
Well, right, but you see what I'm saying. Like, in other words, instead of here's the parts that are in it, because the whole point is a lot of the console people don't want to learn about computer parts. Just say, look, you can run this at super nice settings, console settings, medium, or low settings, and they'll be a little bad, like a little bad, but you could still play. I think that would have been fine. And then there's 3 price points. You pick, you know, it's kind of like buying a phone. You know, do you want like the most amount of storage, the least amount of storage, or somewhere in between? You can pick something like that. It's something that you can quantify to the average consumer without saying like, look, you don't have to know what a gigabyte is. It's, do you want to store a lot of stuff, not a lot of stuff, or somewhere in the middle? Same thing with, you know, PC settings. And then you say, look, you plug in a controller, you boot up big picture mode, which is what they were, that was the quote OS, it was Steam OS, and then, you know, have fun. And I think that could have worked on some degree. I'm not saying it would have been a guarantee. They might have failed anyway. But when I looked at this and saw that, like, you know, the launch had like 10 to 20 machines, I was like horrified. No one's gonna learn about that. You're literally just buying pre-builts.
Yeah, when I saw it's like
consoleizing a PC. You're buying
for the price point, you're getting a proprietary PC with no physical like games that you can put with it. You have fewer functions you can do that compared to other pre-built PCs, and it's just a less convenient console. Unless you go for one of the more expensive models, in which case you're just getting a very expensive pre-build.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, the first time, like when I first heard about Steam Box, I was like, oh, this is gonna be really awesome. And then, like, over time, I kind of got more and more disillusioned with it, and now I'm like, then, like...
I like the idea, but the execution was garbage.
Well, you have to remember, like, Steam as a company has gone down the drain so much recently.
I'm going to argue with you on that one, because Steam has not gone down the drain. They have gone down the drain in terms of production. As a retail service, they are skyrocketing.
Yeah.
They don't have to make shit other than servers anymore, and they will still be shitting gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, like, Valve, like, but as a company, it's kind of, like, sad, because I thought they were, like, the greatest gaming company for a long time. Like, when the Orange Box came out, it's like, these guys know what they're doing. And now it's kind of like, well, that was the golden age, and now we're in the dark ages.
Now we're going to do a paid mod for Half-Life, because we're done with that story, and we're going to do bridge builders for Portal.
Yeah, yay. Plot.
Yeah, like, I don't know, I think the 2 biggest things I've noticed from people who like consoles that I've personally interacted with were PC is too expensive and PC is too complicated. And they didn't really fix either of those things by introducing 20 different machines, many of which were above a console price point. You, like, destroyed the entire bottom line of selling a pre-built PC to console players.
You know, I'm not sure about the price point right now, seeing as things are being delisted, but I wonder if it would actually be a financially feasible means of mining cryptocurrency to get a Steam machine now, because those pre-builds are going down in price while graphics cards are stagnant and possibly dipping slightly.
I would argue more that a Steam machine would be a decent solution to somebody who wants to build a PC right now. Not for a console player, but not for a miner either. Just for, you know, your typical, I want to build a PC, but where the hell am I going to find a graphics card?
I'm just trying to find something to sell to the miners so they can free up graphics cards to get a sensible price again.
I know.
Like, is that still a problem?
Yeah.
Ugh. I thought after the whole, like, crash of the bubble, whole bubble popping, people have been...
Bitcoin burst, but there's still, like, 5 other currencies that are headlining right now.
Nobody's really mining Bitcoin anymore that I know of. It's more that they're getting in on other currencies.
What's the current market leader right now? Ethereum?
It's Ethereum, and then I
checked.
It's Ethereum, and then Litecoin.
Like, anytime I hear that word, I just think, like, you're like some kind of like illegal substance.
Ethereum is literally a mineral in the Elder Scrolls franchise, so I'm tempted to mine it just so I can RP. It's like Ethereum was one of the crafting components used by the Dwemer before they disappeared.
Well,
Oh my god, if we mine the Ethereum, are we digging too deeply and greedily? We're going to relive Skyrim and Elder Scrolls meets Lord of the Rings. I'm not ready
Depending
for
on who
this.
you ask, this is either a great thing or a terrible thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just think they missed the mark entirely. It was a bad. It was a great idea. The execution was just awful, and I hate this because this was the first big push to really sell PC as a viable, mainstream platform that isn't, at all enthusiast or whatever. And I think it bombing really set like a bit of a precedent, and I don't think people are going to try. And I think it also made console players look even more poorly at PC if they were even aware of the Steam machines to begin with. Because they're like, oh, look, convenient. Yeah, okay. But, like, no, it really isn't that bad. You just don't look at Valve's example.
Yeah, I agree. But I will say, like, if you're gonna get a PC, build your own.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
I mean, there are services out there. Look, if you really have no clue what you're doing and you have no incentive to learn, you can get pre-builts for a decent price nowadays because there's a lot more companies taking it on. Like, if I remember correctly, iBuyPower is still pretty fair with their prices, considering you're paying them for labor. But, like, also, fun fact, I'm pretty sure that in the current mining climate, iBuyPower and similar, build services are actually a better value because they have, like, stock of graphics cards and they're not upping their build cost to, a degree that, like, you're still paying less for a pre-built to the same degree you would be paying for the parts and putting it together yourself.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I don't know if that's still accurate. But it was at one point. Yeah, like, I think that there's something to be said for, if you don't feel like doing it yourself, you can pay somebody to, build one for you, plus the cost of parts. And I just don't think a lot of people appreciate the full-featured nature of a computer. Mobile technology is, everybody loves to blame it, but I don't even think it's the full problem. I just think a lot of people aren't computer literate, so they think that computers are just less efficient tablets and, smartphones, basically, because, like, oh, well, it doesn't fit in my pocket.
Yeah, there's that argument coming, especially from the Japanese markets right now, where just a mobile device can match, if not exceed, the function of a home desktop.
Yeah.
Like, especially with the limited living spaces overseas, the convenience is at the forefront, basically.
Yeah. Which, like, it just goes to show how much it depends on your life situation, because for me, who I spend a lot of time at my house, I just think it's so funny because I think it's more convenient to have a centralized computer that's big and can do things without having to worry about it slowing down. But yeah, I don't know. Long story short, I think that the PC market needs to, like, rethink how they sell to console players, because it's really, really bad how they handled this.
I feel like if anyone's going to do it, it has to be Microsoft, who makes the bridge.
I don't really trust them.
Yeah, but, like,
Windows Play Anywhere. Windows Play Anywhere. It basically enables you to get the PC copy of a game for free and share the save data back and forth if you buy an Xbox One copy, and they're compatible with the function.
Yeah, but the Xbox One is garbage, so why would I want to buy one of those in the first place?
Well, like, they're, like, kind of like, look at Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is a cross-platform between Xbox and PC. That's a good way to, like, start bridging the community.
But are there any good games that do that?
The what?
What?
I was saying, are there any good games that do that, though?
This is a good game.
You said Sea of Thieves, right?
Yeah.
My point stands.
Have you played it?
My sister's boyfriend, but
I was like, someone's a hater.
I don't know, like, the game doesn't really appeal to me, because from what I
just play
wanted to
Black
like
instead.
I really wanted to like it. I love, like, pirate themed stuff, and, like, pirate themed games are too few and far between, but, like, I don't know, the gameplay loop seems pretty boring.
Seriously, if you're looking for a pirate game like that, just go for Black Wake. It's uglier, but it's fun. Just fair warning.
It's like, it's a lot of fun when you play with friends.
Everything's
but
fun when you play with friends.
there are other games I'm trying to get friends to play, and Sea of Thieves doesn't seem as fun as other games I'm trying to get friends to play. To me personally. But yeah, I don't know. I think that bridging the gap is cool, but I don't think that really encourages console players to jump over to PC. It just encourages people to mingle.
I feel like it also is, well, you have to think about it this way. It's kind of like a little jealousy thing where, like, if you're someone on PC is doing better than someone on the Xbox, they can kind of see what's happening because, like, PC does give you better controls and such.
Well, that's a matter of subjectivity, though.
Well, with some games, like, I think, like, most people say now agree, like, FPSs are better for PC when it comes to control.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that, like, the gaming market is so spread between genres that, like, saying, well, mouse and keyboard for FPS. I'm playing Risk of Rain right now, and I'm holding a PS4 controller. Like,
well, I do think games like that work better. Like, games like that and Metroidvania games work better with controller.
Right. What I'm saying is you need to sell people in the console market, if you want PC to be, like, more widespread, you need to sell them on PC being viable, not, like, mouse and keyboard being viable. You need to sell them that, like, you know, the prices are a lot more fair, if that's what you believe, which I mean, I personally do, but, like, you know, the prices are more fair, you can do more with a PC than just play games, you know, you can get better performance out of your games, the hardware will last longer. Those are the points you need to make, not like, you know, oh, well, if you play this one specific genre of game, you'll do a lot better, because a lot of people also kind of, you know, poo-poo on, like, well, mouse and keyboard, whatever. But, like, you know, people also don't like trying anything outside their comfort zone, so this might be a losing battle anyway.
Dude, you have to do your nerd voice more often. It's pretty good.
I love my nerd voice.
Am I crazy, or was Valve doing, like, cross PC and PlayStation a few years back?
The problem is Sony's never interested.
Portal 2, that's it. You could have your Valve and your PSN linked.
Yes. Yep. But, like, I don't know, like, companies just never seem interested in combining actual multiplayer experiences that often. So it ends up just being this.
PUBG is on mobile, and you can actually play. It's either PUBG or Fortnite, one of those.
Both of them, actually.
And the mobile can actually interact with the PC and other platforms.
They're actually both on mobile now.
Disadvantage, but
well, and that's pretty telling in a lot of ways. Like, the mobile versions, which, granted, yes, one is, you know, Apple, which is notorious for, you know, locking things down, but even still, we're talking mobile and PC, not console and PC, and mobile is more of a personal computing platform.
What was it that I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but it was a representative from Epic Games talking about how they basically want to make it so you have the same product available on all platforms, even if it's not an identical experience, so that you can constantly be interacting with the content.
That makes sense.
I don't have the exact line. I'll have to look it up later. But I think that's a mentality that might be helpful in this case, although considering it's off the back of the Battle Royale craze, it may just be hype.
Yeah. But no, I agree with you, because, you know, exclusivity is what pushes a lot of people away sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of timed exclusives that are fading out right now. I mean, before the show, we were talking No Man's Sky coming to Xbox, Hellblade going to Xbox 2. I think Slime Rancher is coming to PlayStation.
Oh, is it really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't tell you how cheated I feel when I found out that Crash Bandicoot and the Spyro Collection are planned to come to PC.
Oh, wait,
they're coming to PC? But we're not telling you it's timed. Like, are you being a dick on purpose?
Yeah, like, I feel like I wasted money, because eventually I'm going to buy Crash on PC. But I already bought it the day it came out because it was touted as an exclusive.
Yeah, wow. That does suck. Like,
Yeah.
I thought, isn't it coming for the Switch also?
What?
Isn't it coming out for Switch also?
Oh, yeah, I think eventually it is. And that's exactly my point. Like, why am I buying this for the PS4? You tricked me into buying it because it wasn't obvious. And, you know, I'll feel free to stand corrected. Like, I don't think it was advertised anywhere that it was a timed exclusive. It was just, look, it's exclusive. And that's some fucking bullshit because I play everything on PC that I can. I only own consoles for exclusive. So when I find out something was timed, I get really fucking mad that I wasted, $60 just to eventually end up rebuying the game.
That's kind of like the conversation we had maybe like a month ago. Where we were talking about how it kind of, I forget. Wait, how did we have that conversation? I know we were talking about like exclusives and buying multiple copies of a game before, but I forget under what context.
Okami, I was doing Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen.
It's like this sounds like a very similar conversation we were having.
Well, don't forget, Chris has said on multiple occasions that he likes to buy, multiple copies of a game if it supports the dev.
True. Chris is a good guy.
Chris is the hero that the game industry deserves.
Yeah, right?
Or doesn't deserve sometimes, to be honest.
Yeah.
You neither deserve nor need me, but you're stuck with me.
Oh, by the way, I want, speaking of the game industry, I want to throw in a really fast segment. And we go back to this. Fast segments. The fat segment. A little bit of redemption for, who is it, Warner Brothers?
Wait, really?
Are we doing the redemptions of the week?
Well, we were just talking about the game industry, so we can throw it in really fast.
I guess our host has decided we are.
So,
like the Hallelujah, it's going. We're doing redemptions of the week.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Was that good?
Man, that was so much better than the real clip I used. Thank you, Eric.
You're welcome. You turned that
into your soundboard thing yet?
Turn that into a clip.
I did, but I actually ended up just for this week. I just used since I'm playing the jazz lounge music on my media player. I'm using just my mouse for Windows Media Player. But I'm eventually going to try and hotkey it to like a more legitimate program.
Excellent.
Nice. So
I only wrestled with it for like an hour or so, and it works really nicely. I'll give you more details later.
Mm-hmm.
So update. Shadow of War had game-breaking loot boxes in it that Warner Brothers decided to take out.
Good on you, Warner Brothers.
Maybe like 6 months late, but they still did. Good for them.
But I'm a firm believer that like you really have to emphasize the good in this situation. Otherwise, I think I said this about Battlefront. If we just say like "fuck you" forever, they're not gonna want to change,
to improve their ways. Then they're just gonna slash and burn.
Yep.
Yeah. My pick for redemption of the week wasn't really a huge like. They didn't really do anything wrong. They just hadn't proved they did anything right yet. The Genesis collection I was bitching about is going to have online multiplayer and I think a couple other modes. So they're actually injecting reasons to replay games that you could just, dig out your cartridges for. So good on you, Sega.
That's cool. Do we have any other redemptions?
Well, wasn't there another one?
Thought there was another one. Maybe Shadow of War was the other one.
I think that was Shadow of War. I don't know. I've heard Far Cry 5 is a good game on release.
Also, so far they haven't done the speculated loot boxes.
In Far Cry?
Far Cry, it's not Blood Dragons, so why do I care?
That's true, but I actually like the theme, and I'm glad they walked away from the jungle aspect of it. Because from what I hear, 4 was like a little too samey.
Yeah, 4 was just we are going to try and make Voss the main villain. We're going to give him a Joker suit, and then we're not going to do anything else important.
Right.
But you get a joke ending if you just sit still for the first 20 minutes.
Well, that was 5.
Oh. No, that's 4 as well. It's
oh my god, they did it twice? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like Pagan Min. He's like, sit tight in this cabin. I'm going to be right back, 10, 20 minutes tops. Then we'll take you to the grave. And if you actually sit there and wait, he comes back, he walks you to the grave, and then he walks you into a helicopter and you get end credits.
Okay.
Amazing. Yeah, the Far Cry 5 one is like you go to arrest the preacher in the beginning and
you don't put the handcuffs on him. Yeah,
you don't put the cuffs on him and you just like leave. Because you're like, I got a bad feeling about this. I don't trust him.
Okay, this is a topic for another day, but does that count as a speed run?
Hello, Mr. Robot.
But I did actually understand what he was saying. I don't know if. I think it depends on one big thing. Will anybody have found a faster way to get to the credits? Otherwise, yeah. That might be the fastest way to get to the credits, is to get to that scene and just wait.
Well, people day one the speed run, and this is a standing record. I'm impressed.
Yeah. So yeah. Tay, do you have any other redemptions of the week before you jump into the next topic?
No, but I can use it as a lead-in, I guess.
Go for it.
Not that this is really like, I wouldn't really call this like a redemption, kind of like a cool thing. So the stage 3 of Overwatch League starts tonight, and the one team that has gone 0-20 in both previous stages, the Shanghai Dragons. They just signed 3 new players. They're all Korean. I was unaware of this, but apparently previous to this, all the players were Chinese, I think, actually.
Oh.
I don't think they didn't have any Korean players before this.
Interesting.
But one of the players is a newly turned 18-year-old female player. And she was apparently accused pretty publicly of like cheating because she was that good. As she's a flex tank player. She mains Zarya.
Oh, she's that Zarya main.
Yeah, her name's Giguri.
Yeah, we saw videos of her like proving that she wasn't cheating
Yeah.
and still stomping on everybody. She's great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's really cool.
I think she's adorable, but like she's been like when she was shown live on like Twitch sometime towards like the end of the last stage playoffs. I think it was because she was just arriving in LA, so they had like a little video, and like the Twitch chat was very mean.
Well, of course, people are gonna be fucking sexist.
It's Twitch.
Yeah, but she apparently her name means frog in Korean, and she said she felt really like she was getting fat, so she was like, "You can call me a toad
It makes you
now."
like one of the best characters off My Hero Academia, though. Why would you not want to be?
Yeah, right. Like everyone loves her. Like that's so
I
many
feel
people's
really
wife.
bad, but like I'm glad that she's like pushing through it, and she has my support.
Yeah, but actually it goes live in like 35 minutes. They play first against Dallas, and she's there, and she will be like playing for like the rest of the stage. I don't know if she'll be on tonight specifically. I hope she is, because I'm really excited to play.
Yeah.
But other Overwatch League related news, the Philly Fusion's newest player was streaming, and he made a slant-eyed gesture on stream. Like he like pulled his eyes back and like made a joke about being Korean, because someone in his chat said like, oh, like you play like a Korean or something. So he did that, and he's not like banned from the league or anything, but they said they're currently working on a punishment.
Yeah, Ironsigned OWL contracts may have found a kink in the armor, if you will.
Wait,
One more time?
Say that again?
I think those ironclad OWL contracts Blizzard has may have inadvertently uncovered a chink in the armor.
Mr. Robot.
Oh, come on, Chris.
Man.
I can't orient myself away from that kind of humor. Come on.
Chris, isn't that like something a news broadcaster got fired over?
Probably.
Yeah.
Other than that, New York's team, they won the last stage. They came to New York for the first time. And they did like a meet and greet in New York. The league's best tracer player was apparently found chasing a pigeon around like on the ground, trying to get a picture of it.
I'd not go. I thought you were gonna say she was found dead.
Oh!
Sorry, I'm like in CSI mode.
Redemption of the week.
The redemption of the week. She's alive.
Redemption, not
Nice.
resurrection.
And then other New York team, one of their other players, Pine,
God, Pine.
He's so good. He was like absent from the entire second stage apparently. He said it on Twitter, I believe. Yeah, it was Twitter. He said that he suffers from really bad panic disorder and depression and stuff. So yeah.
Wow.
Esports people are people too.
Well, yeah, no shit.
Well, yeah.
Some people don't believe that, but hey.
Okay, and then I have one more thing, and I need you, Chris, to like look at it because I'm kind of don't really understand exactly like the wording of the article.
Okay.
Can you like
yes
pause here? Just read from that paragraph. It's really short.
Okay. Enjoy the jazz. 1 second, guys.
So, Chris, how's your week been going?
I don't think he realized which Chris you were talking to.
Or is he gone?
Oh boy.
Chris?
We lost him.
So, other Chris, how's your life been going?
Reading an article.
Cool.
But do you see what I mean? It's like I don't really completely understand. They're saying they're allowing the top 4 teams to go into the playoffs now instead of the top 3, but they said that the highest seed gets to like choose who they play against.
Ooh.
Well, did you?
I kind of. I mean, I was reading it quickly, and I couldn't really get the gist of it either from reading it that fast.
It says previous number 1 seeds were given a bye to the title match.
Yeah.
With 4 teams. The top seed gets a different advantage, their choice of first round opponent. Oh, so the first round they get to choose from the other.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a very good idea.
Well, apparently it's been a long proposed and kind of requested method of doing final playoffs. So they're starting with it this season that starts today. So I guess in a couple weeks. I don't know. The only thing it really makes a difference is like who will end up having to play against who, but
that's a huge difference.
Yeah,
that's like a massive difference. Is Chris alive yet?
Don't think so.
Dead. Oh God!
Oh,
he's back from the grave.
We were trying to talk to you.
I was trying to respond.
Oh.
So he's saying my assassins didn't finish the job.
Oh God, Eric!
Dang.
I should have known better than to make that same joke that got the basketball reporter fired.
Yeah, I think Discord's watching you, dude.
Yeah.
Oh God. I'm gonna take like a second intermission for Taylor to take her phone call.
Cool. So, Chris, the one who left us, are you gone again?
No, I'm still here. I'm just trying to figure out how to contribute to the conversation.
So, how was your week this week?
Actually, wait, Chris, now that you're not like dead from the Discord channel, what do you think about the first seeds choosing their own matchup?
We're talking OWL still?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not that familiar with the bracket structure for organized events like this, tournament-wise. So
really, okay.
I'm in the same boat.
Like I know with singles how that would work, but teams is a bit new to me. So
well, imagine each team as a single entity.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You seed as a team. Chris?
I'm still here. I'm just trying to understand.
Okay,
yeah, same here.
So basically, the best team in the league gets to choose who they face first. If I understood that correctly. I don't know. To me, that just seems a little weird.
That seems too Apollo Creed for me, where he's deliberately picking the Italian stallion just for a show.
Right. Like, I don't know. I think while tournaments, I don't know. I'm somewhat torn because as somebody who considers himself relatively competitive, but not like to an extreme degree, I understand that events like this are meant to be entertainment just as much as they're meant to be, competitive. But I think that first and foremost, any kind of competitive event should be emphasized as a fair competitive event, not like, oh, hey, wacky, we're going to put blindfolds on one of the players at random. Yeah, it'll make for a great show, but It's
Yeah, I'm going to
terrible
blindfold somebody running Illidan in HOTS. He's clearly not prepared.
Yeah.
You are not prepared.
Like,
Yes,
I think
Eric,
it's
we
a
get the
funny
joke
idea.
12 years later.
What?
Eric, Burning Crusade, Illidan, blindfold, never mind.
No, I get it.
But like, I just think that it just seems a little too gimmicky. And they said, Taylor said it was apparently a requested thing in the league, but I don't really see the point. Like, the seeds speak for themselves. That's how a tournament's supposed to be organized. No matter how you seed it, whether it's something like round robin where everybody fights everybody, or it's something like, elimination, whether single or double, it's seeded to be fair. Like,
Especially if they're already in the lead, they know their matchups and their edge well enough that they are picking for a reason. So they're just going to cement the position further.
right, instead of letting the competition play out. And keep in mind, for anybody listening who isn't aware, I am a tournament organizer. Like, I'm not like cream of the crop or anything, Mr. Macho Man.
Randy Savage.
Exactly. But, I've done this before, and I don't know, like, just speaking from personal experience, I think that would be a little horrific.
Yeah, I don't see how you get a level playing field and that sort of like opening selection.
Yeah.
Then
And
again,
granted, I don't think it totally destroys the competition, but I think it affects it to a non-negligible degree for sure. Huh.
See,
I'll have to see how it plays out.
It's like, I know, if I remember correctly, back in Dota, I don't think they were allowed to pick who they were going to play against at all. I think it was just more or less random in who... It was like
Well, that's
a
not
set
how
schedule.
tournaments work. You never pick who you're going to play against. The fucking bracket does.
Yeah.
You do some kind of qualifying round or, other data gathering exercise in who should be ranked in a certain way. And then you bracket based on that. So the very idea of choosing your opponent is inherently, like, makes no sense.
Indeed.
Welcome back, Taylor. Would you like to sit down?
No.
She's not sitting down. I'm not kidding. I can't make this shit up.
I'm hungry.
We'll get
Hungry.
Sonic after this.
How's it going, Hungry?
Shut up, Eric.
You walked into that one.
No, I didn't.
No, she leaned into it. She was leaning on the stool.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for clarifying that one.
Okay, thanks.
you come into my house of puns and think you can lowball while Verizon is dying.
We have a special guest. It's my puppy. Hi, Bales.
So,
She's sniffing. Oh, I heard pitter patter. Anyway, my dog is adorable, but the show must go on. So the last topic is one I'm actually really, really excited to talk about with you guys, because I talked about this with a couple friends the other day. I'm thinking the time-honored pseudo-tradition of price to hour ratio, like, how do you get the most value out of a game, and what games are likely to give you the best ratio?
oh, that's
Obviously,
so
this
hard,
is just
though.
it's a fun thought experiment. I don't think this is a hard and fast rule, but I think that there's definitely something to be said for, how much you get out of a game versus how much you pay for it. And an example of something that breaks the rule is I played What Remains of Edith Finch a couple months ago, and it was really cool, really good storytelling, but relatively short. I beat it in I think something like 6 hours or something like that, and I paid $15 for it. And if you look at the price to hour ratio versus something like The Binding of Isaac, which I have 1,000 hours in the series, it looks like, oh no, that's not a very good value. But at the same time, you go to the movies for more than that,
Yeah, like
That's a terrible fucking ratio.
it's all subjective. Like one of my favorite games I played, and it was really short, was Bastion. Like I love that game so much.
It's one of my favorite games of all time.
And like, yeah, the game's like, what was it, 15 when it came out, 20, something like that. And
Yeah.
and it's like a 6-hour campaign, but like I would do that all over again.
I actually have begun replaying Bastion in the past. I never got all the way through it again because obviously I prioritize games I hadn't already beaten.
Yep.
But you know, it was good enough for me to go back to, and I will go back to it again happily.
I think probably the worst value to hour ratio I've ever gotten out of a game would be Journey. Like I want to specifically get a boxed copy of that because it was the only way to get a printed copy of the game back when it came out. And like a playthrough of that game is 2, maybe 3 hours if you're searching for all the collectibles. So we're talking like $10 to $15 an hour.
How about
that's in my top 10 games of all time?
What about games?
I love the art direction. I love the music. It's an all-around phenomenal game. Versus something like I could pull out any Bethesda RPG I wanted right now, but I'm actually going with something more recent. Capcom Monster Hunter World. I've already put over 200 hours into that game, so more than an hour per dollar just off the collector's edition, even.
Right.
So how do you feel about games that are cheap, like getting over it, but are like the time you put into it is just because how frustratingly hard the game is?
I think there's something to be said for games that take time to get better at, because how do I put this? The journey to getting good enough to beat the game is also like part of the fun, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's a certain vocal segment of consumers out there that absolutely hate games like Getting Over It, where it's just like so mechanically convoluted that the only reason you play or even watch as much of it as you do is because it's needlessly complicated. But then you get to the people that are such hardcore fans of Dwarf Fortress. That is just a vertical wall of difficulty curve to learn.
Is it really that hard?
Massive fandom.
Dwarf Fortress, I think, is the most
I think it's Dwarf
complicated
Fortress,
video game of all time. If I had to pick one.
Sounds like fun.
It's a really cool game, but my god. But yeah, I think there's something to be said for, you know, a challenge being worth money. Because think about it, like any game, there's people who people speed run Super Punch Out blindfolded. You don't
really
have to do that. But oh yeah.
You need to watch it.
That's wild.
It's incredible.
It's really incredible. But you know, no one has to do that. It's mechanically convoluted in a game that's based on visual and audio cues to, you know, rob yourself of half of your advantage as a player. But people do it because they enjoy the challenge. They're not doing it to torture themselves. They're doing it because it's fun.
Oh, I just blanked.
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry.
What?
I was gonna say
Are you
something,
okay?
but then I blanked.
What, did
Oh,
someone
nice.
flood your brain?
No, I blanked. Like
Well,
I
same
was,
difference.
yeah, my
But
brain broke.
no, and I think that there's definitely genres that thrive in the price to hour ratio, and I think that was one of the more interesting things when we had this discussion the other day.
I remember it now.
Go for it.
So games I always feel like I get a huge price to value ratio off of are 4X games like Civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could play those games for like I think Civ 5 I have almost 300 hours in. I'm like, yep, this was worth the whatever. What was it, like 60 plus $90, $150 I put into it.
Oh, that reminds me. Mist.
Ooh, yeah.
We didn't talk about.
What's this?
Yeah. Tay, you want to give the details?
I'll get the details in 1 second.
We'll
You can continue.
do this as the end of show hype when we finish this segment. But yeah, I think there's any genre that has renewability is going to be obviously the first. That doesn't make them the best kinds of games, but if you enjoy them, I've noticed that you know, I don't have like a ton of money lately to spend on games, unfortunately. So I've noticed that when I do buy a game, I tend to favor if a new roguelike came out that I wanted to try, or, you know, like Slay the Spire was an easy buy for me because it's different every time you play it. And it's, you know, at $15, I'm going to get my money's worth out of that as long as I at least enjoy the gameplay loop.
Interesting. When I'm strapped for cash, like presently, and I'm looking to get into a new, maybe cheap game, I'm looking for something that's a lot more surefire, like something randomized, procedurally generated, like you said, roguelike. That's something I'm not going to go for. I'm going to try and raid a bargain bin for an RPG to get into a story I might have missed years ago.
Well,
like, if I
that's
had
the
$10
other
to throw
genre
around,
I
maybe
think
I'll get
works very
Kingdoms
well.
of Amalur.
Oh, speaking of which, guys, I got so much value out of Divinity 2. Like, I'm still playing it.
Right. No, I think RPGs are the other, another one of the best genres, because you can replay it differently. You can do different builds. You can, you can try different, even if you only want to play it once, like just the amount of side quests in a JRPG alone, if that's your thing, which, I very much enjoy JRPG. So like, dude, the fucking side quests alone in any RPG will make it worth the money, not even the main campaign.
All it took for Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning to get us a good world and good story, or good enough story, was a bankrupt baseball player and the forfeiture of the assets to Rhode Island.
What?
Was it Studio 38 or 83, one of those? Like, just look it up when you get the chance.
I will have to.
Basically, the studio that made Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning had the financial management you would expect of a former baseball star.
Oh, great.
And in the process...
he was literally one?
Yeah, the dude was literally... I can't remember his team.
Wait, I might remember hearing about that, because I own Kingdoms of Amalur, and I started it. It was a lot of fun, but I got, distracted, as I am wont to do. Yeah,
I lost my save when an old hard drive corrupted, but I restarted recently. And
cool.
It got to the point where, after the assets were seized by Rhode Island on account of the state investing in the studio to try and bring development to the East Coast, as opposed to more people in Texas or California, or out of Canada. But it got to the point where you had Rhode Island representatives announcing a Kingdom of Amalur MMO, and
that's wild.
Grab my head for a moment. And yes, you can make that as filthy as you like, but I could not process what was happening.
That's so bizarre. But yeah, I think RPGs are a good one. Puzzle games are huge too, because anything with a score attack can be potentially huge for time, or competitive. Taylor and I have played so many hours of Bust-A-Move / Puzzle Bobble, and Magical Drop. And those games, I mean, you could get the Switch version for $6, $7 of Magical Drop. And I mean, anytime we're feeling in a puzzle mood, we'll look at each other and be like, hey, Magical Drop? Yeah, sure. It's just, puzzle games are so renewable because, again, they're different every time, because you're not going to get the same, pieces, the same arrangements. That's why Tetris is still essentially the same after decades, and people still enjoy it after decades of playing. So I think that's puzzles are a huge one.
Am I missing anything important, or can my Horizon just die?
What?
Can what?
Huh?
Am I missing anything important, or is my internet just going to keep dying?
Oh no! I said that puzzle games are a very good value.
Oh.
Agreed. Because what?
Agreed. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, because it's different every time. Tetris has been the same for 30, 40 years, whatever. And people still fucking love the shit out of Tetris.
I was going to agree with you. I thought you were talking about stuff like Portal and the Talos Principle.
Actually, they're a decent value, but the thing is, once you beat Portal, that's one of those games that once you get good at it, it's no longer a long game. But it's still a good value. It's just not, the best value in the world. But, it's a great value because, depending on how good you are at those types of games, Portal might take you 30 hours to beat, Did Chris die again?
I think so. But, I'll continue the conversation.
Do you have anything to say, Eric?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, so I think it's called Mime Valley. It's a PC... It's a mobile... I heard it's a popular mobile puzzle game. It works with different dimensions and all that nonsense.
What's the game called?
I think called Mime Valley?
Never heard of it.
Oh, yes! It's on I want to say it's on PC as well.
Yeah, they just came out with a sequel.
Huh. Hello, Chris.
Chris, are you trying to respond? The spirits have tried to contact us.
Hello?
Hello from the other side.
Make more sounds if you're there.
Click once.
Monty Python, I'm not dead yet.
Oh, he's trying.
Oh, yeah, Richard. Good news. I heard my Python is coming to Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh.
So excited.
Me too.
Okay, so this was, we all know about Alex Jones, correct?
Oh no.
Mr.
We're talking about
Frog
the
Boy.
quote-unquote cameo in Far Cry 5.
What?
No, actually, what?
There are
what is-
several newsletters in Far Cry 5 that are parodying some of his highlights, shall we say.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Wow.
It's like there's a point in the game where you realize there's no kids, and then there's a newsletter that's trying to explain why there are no children in NPCs, and it's like, to put it plainly, the chemicals in the forest are turning everything gay.
Oh.
No animals are breeding, no humans are breeding, and then it goes on with the gay frogs, and it's exactly what you expect, and it's amazing.
Wow.
I love
There's
it.
also-
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
There's also a not confirmed but possible mission where you're retrieving the Golden Showers tape from last year's scandals.
Oh my god. Wow.
That's great.
Fuck.
The
I wasn't gonna buy it because it's not Blood Dragon 2, but I want to learn more about it now.
yeah.
Interest sparked.
No, it does look like it's kind of fun. I don't know.
It does look good.
Fun's, I don't know if fun's the right word, but
I'm sorry, I interrupted your Alex Jones conspiracy rambling.
Yeah.
Go on.
yeah. This is extremely unrelated to anything we're talking about, but I figured you guys might find it funny.
Okay.
This was posted yesterday at 7 a.m. on Alex Jones' official fan page thing.
Oh god.
Firestorm, the full Ted Nugent interview.
Wait, what?
Ted Nugent is the original Maverick ever since he started challenging the creeping Marxism of the 1970s with the spirit of 1776.
Okay,
The
pause
good-
briefly. Pause.
Okay.
What does a DC superhero have to do with this? Firestorm.
What?
Firestorm is a DC superhero.
Oh my god, you're right.
Oh, maybe that might be the name of a song of his, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's hold on. The rest of it says the guitar legend was instrumental in getting Donald Trump
Oh my
elected.
god. Did
Shut
Chris
up!
write this?
Getting Donald Trump elected in 2016.
How much cold medicine did I have? This has to be me.
And now he sits down with InfoWars to talk guns, conservation, and the indomitable American spirit in the face of democratic onslaught. So, I didn't know that Ted Nugent was all about that business.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah.
I
he's
mean,
he's kind of insane.
I didn't really know.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
But
Like, not even politics, withstanding. He's just out of his fucking mind.
right. Well, the full interview is 50-something minutes long, and it's on Facebook.
Oh, thanks.
So,
Skip.
Yeah, I got other things to do.
Also very unrelated, the top comment is, I'm sorry, it's just so funny. Say what you want about Nugent, the man is a real patriot.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you for fucking shitting up this show with politics, Taylor.
Yay.
Funny.
No, that's pretty funny.
I just have to make fun of you at any turn. I felt a little bad after, harping on Eric all this time.
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry, I'll go back to it soon.
Oh.
If you want another political distraction, I was thinking about a playthrough I could do for my blog.
Oh?
I was thinking of doing a Saints Row 4 playthrough as Trump.
That'd be great.
Oh, God.
I already have the character editor pretty down pat, and I got it on PS4 so I can get the better version of it as well.
It could work. It could work. It's just not for me.
Hey, that's just if I get desperate for views or anything, or if I'm
Yeah, right. Play that card. Oh, no, don't say it. Don't fucking say it.
The ace card.
Okay. Eric, you've redeemed yourself. You get a cookie.
Yes.
God damn it,
I
why
want
do you
that cookie.
But yeah, anyway, back to relevance. I think. Oh my God! What? I hate you. What do you want?
Roller Coaster Tycoon was released this week, 19 years ago.
Yeah.
You actually stayed on topic. That's a great price to hour value.
Have you guys played Coaster World?
Planet Coaster?
Yeah, Planet Coaster.
Very briefly, but I love it. I've watched a lot of it too.
Same. I love watching Mouth play it.
Dude, I love how like Ryan would refer to him as like the Bob Ross of Planet Coaster.
That's so true though.
He makes gorgeous parks and Ryan makes parks.
Ryan makes spaghetti.
No, but like sim games like that are great because yeah, you could do anything. You could be like, how can I make this terrible but still profitable? Okay, let me play the game like a real person.
I think between the original Roller Coaster Tycoon and all of the original Sims games, I probably have like at least 500 hours, if not more. Like,
yeah,
between them all, that was my summer as a teenager for like 5 years straight.
I've played Theme Hospital so many times as a child and an adult.
Have you guys played Zoo Tycoon and Dinosaur Tycoon?
Zoo Tycoon, yes, and it's great.
I've never actually played them, but I owned a collection that had like one or two. No, I had a Sim Zoo, I think, but I never installed it. I got it for a couple of the other
getting
games.
a game soon?
What?
Like you were talking about like Dino Tycoon or something like that. Like Jurassic World is getting an evolution or like builder sometime soon.
Yeah, but it looks kind of derpy.
Oh, really?
If I remember, I could be thinking about the mobile game.
Wasn't there a really good Jurassic Park sim?
Oh god.
The only Jurassic Park game I've played before this is the Telltale one, so I don't know. Yeah.
Wait, this is Jurassic Park Telltale?
Yeah, it was like 4 episodes or something.
What?
It was not good.
No, I'm pretty sure there was like a really good park building game for PC. Hold on. I'm gonna fact check that. Let's see. But yeah,
I'll trust you. I can't
sim
research
games
it
are really
because my
good because you could do
internet's
them a lot of
busy
different ways. What?
I'm gonna trust you on that fact checking because my internet's too dead to look it up.
Yeah, don't
Sure.
bother.
Did you try sacrificing a chicken for it?
No, I'm just yelling in general chat.
It's the Jurassic World Park sim is from the Planet Coaster developers.
Oh, okay.
So there's that.
Yeah. Oh, it was a Game Boy Advance game. Yeah, and I think it was supposed to be like pretty okay. No, that I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah. So I think those are good. As somebody who doesn't play sports games, I think sports games are actually a pretty good value because the people who play them tend to play them a lot.
Oh yeah, like my friend, he's into FIFA. He plays it like every night.
Exactly. So like, and you know, it's competitive. The career mode can literally go on forever. You actually get a lot out of a FIFA game or, you know, an NBA game.
Unless you suck at basketball.
Yeah. But like, you know, I was talking about it the other day when we brought this up, and I was like, you know, for the hours that they'll likely play, like we did the averaging, it turned out to be like actually very cost effective, even if you bought the console for the game. It was still like not that bad, yeah. Because we averaged out, you figure like the average console life cycle is 4 to 6 years, and one comes out a year, so the amount of money you're spending on the console and all 4 to 6 games was actually not that bad for price to hour.
Cool,
surprisingly. Yeah.
I just can't get into them.
No, me neither. It's not my thing either, but like I think it's very respectable.
Indeed.
How valuable they can be.
Indubitably. Oh god.
But I don't know, like I don't think it's again, I don't think it's a hard and fast rule that you have to get a certain amount out of a game for it to be worth your money. But it helps.
No, I agree. Like, actually, the game I got the most value out of in my life, you're gonna laugh. RuneScape.
No, that actually makes a lot of sense. It's why a lot of people played it. You could get hours of gameplay out of it without paying them a dime.
Yeah, like I played for 2 years, and like
Especially considering it was
But I
marketed
don't-
towards children.
I don't even
who
think
couldn't
that should
pay for
count though, because it's free.
I did pay for premium, so it was $5 a month.
Okay, so that's definitely no, that makes a lot of
That
sense.
makes it different because I think like that's almost kind of like an unfair like advantage.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think there's something to be said for
MMOs
for free games.
Yeah,
Because
Well, yeah.
it's becoming more
They-
popular.
Yeah, I
well,
think it
they're
was
often not
Warframe.
made very well. So to consider, dude, I'm not kidding. There's games that I felt like were so bad, even though they were free, they wasted my time so much that I got a bad price to hour ratio out of it. My time was more valuable than the free experience.
I got a free ticket to go
I
see.
think it's definitely worth mentioning.
I would like to say that I got a free ticket to go see Creed, and I had the same feeling.
Oh my god! Oh, I wish I had an air horn button. That's fucking fantastic. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Absolutely destroyed.
I'm not playing this up. That was incredible. Oh my fucking god.
yeah. I kind of want a refund after it, but it was free.
Your free ticket to see Creed wasn't worth it.
Nope.
Oh,
Chris, you're gonna die.
oh, I know. I'm fucked. No, Taylor and I went to a concert once, and they were advertising, like, as one of the upcoming events, an intimate evening with Scott Stapp of Creed. And he was just sitting in a chair singing, and he was soaked through his shirt.
He was just sweating.
What?
Like he was wearing like a white button shirt, and like
Now, when they say intimate night,
I
Yeah.
don't know, does he like fillet someone from the audience?
well, I mean, if he's sweating through a shirt, then I think we know the physicality on hand.
Oh my.
No, he's just on so many drugs that he sweats all the time.
Hey, was on so many drugs. That man got clean.
Good for
I
him.
don't think
still.
he's clean. Okay, so we're coming up on time, I think.
Oh yeah, so Tay, bust this
Um,
wide open.
So, Chrome. This is news as of last month. I mean, I know it's only April 4th, but I kind of forgot to bring it up last time, and I guess we didn't have an episode for the past like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, no, we were
Yeah.
on holiday break, so
Yeah.
this is hype that's
Yeah.
relevant to us.
The entire Myst catalog is getting a re-release.
What is that?
You've never
You don't
played
know what
Myst?
No.
Bro.
Damn it, Eric.
Look, I don't say that about very many games. Like, oh yeah, I get it. Games slip through people's radars, but you've never fucking played Myst?
No.
You don't know true pain and anguish. You're playing Myst.
It was
tonight.
the
You need to
it
at
was
least
the
know the
best
moon logic
selling.
means. Come on.
It was the best selling like PC game until The Sims beat it. in
Really?
numbers.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
And
what's-
even
wait,
then,
what kind
like-
of game is it?
Point and click.
Yeah.
Oh,
point and
okay.
click puzzle type.
I can dig that.
Not like. Don't think like Tetris when I say puzzle.
Is it
like-
kind of
No, it's
like,
like
is it kind of like
Actually-
you have to like find objects and you use those to solve puzzles?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what
moon
game it
logic.
inspired, Eric?
What?
The Witness.
Never played it.
Same people. Isn't it?
No,
It's not?
John Blow made it.
Oh no. The same people did a game that was like a spiritual successor to Myst, and it.
Yes. What's it called again?
Riven.
Riven was the first spiritual sequel.
There's Riven, and then
Wait,
one
no,
after
isn't
that.
Riven technically Myst 2 or Myst 3?
No, it's like a spiritual successor. It's not. Yeah.
So you're saying I need to go look into this?
Yeah. So
Oh, absolutely.
let me give more details.
Yes.
Cyan Worlds is the developer.
Taylor,
What?
Riven is a puzzle adventure video game and the sequel to Myst.
The thing.
It's the
Oh.
box says Riven, the sequel to Myst.
The article that I read said that Riven and whatever were
No,
were
it's the sequel.
successors.
That's fine. They just got it a little mixed up. No big deal.
So it's the 25th anniversary of the series coming up. So they said on their website that they'll be re-releasing various special editions of all of the games. They were released in September of '93, so they're kind of just guessing it's going to come out in September, but they've confirmed that it will be this year.
Nice.
So they quoted what they said. Over the last few years, we've been working to procure all of the rights to make all the Myst games available. As an indie developer, resources are unlimited for development, and acquiring rights isn't always an option. But we've managed to finally talk to all the right people and departments and put some funding together to try and make it happen. With agreements in place, we're happy to announce that we'll be releasing updated for Windows 10 versions of all of the Myst games later this year. And for those of you who are interested, we wanted to create a physical collection in a unique packaging with a cool artifact, a limited collector's edition only available for the 25th anniversary. So, I'm guessing maybe they'll do a bundle release, or I don't know if they'll release them individually, but they're at least going to have some kind of collector's edition box set that, like, won't be available for purchase after the anniversary is, like, complete.
Oof. Now, something that's pretty interesting about this whole thing. So the series goes Myst, Riven, Myst 3 Exile, Myst 4 Revelation, Myst 5 End of Ages. And then they made a spin-off with a multiplayer component called Uru Ages Beyond Myst. And I knew about that game, but I didn't know there was a multiplayer component to it.
Me either.
And it got 2 expansions.
Eric, you see there's over half dozen of these games. How did you missed all of them? How?
I wasn't a
To be
PC.
fair, a lot of people haven't played any of them, but the first one.
I wasn't a PC gamer until like Team Fortress. That was my gateway drug.
I mean, the game stopped releasing in like what 2004. I think
2005 was the last. It was Myst 5.
Okay.
When was Orange Box? When did that come out?
What?
Orange Box. That was around the same time, I
Oh.
think.
Yeah, that's when I first got into PC gaming. So
Here's how I know you really like this franchise, Chris, because you let me get away with how did he missed them all.
I like that. That was pretty good.
Get out.
Yeah, I'm not. Nope.
Storming.
Nope. When did the
93.
93? Yeah. I want to on next week's show. I want to hear your.
What? Apparently, Disney approached Siam Worlds about constructing a theme park inspired by Myst.
What?
And
That's
Hulu
crazy.
obtained the rights to create a TV series in May 2015. Show will be produced. Wait. Timelines are uncertain. It's not canceled.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Holy crap.
The best timeline.
Yeah.
We would.
I don't know how you. I don't think it would be a very interesting show, though. I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, you wander around for 3 hours to try and figure out which lever you pull to make something gong in the middle of the island, and then you just leave.
Yeah.
The authentic Myst experience, you know?
It's got to be authentic. That's the most important thing. But yeah,
What
I think.
was that thing I saw?
what?
Oh yeah, the game was best-selling PC game. It did its sales. It was just sales, not even like, just like general like popular.
Oh well, yeah, but that's
money.
best selling. It's you know,
Yeah.
how many numbers. But I know what
But
you
they
mean.
didn't. It was best-selling PC game until 2002.
Mhm.
So 93 to 2002.
Real quick, this is why I love delving into like articles about games. Matt Damon wanted the Bourne Conspiracy video game to be a puzzle game like Myst, refusing to lend his voice talent when it turned into a shooter instead.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. I just gained a lot of respect for Damon.
Yeah, wow. Good for
And
him.
a
actually worth
parody
rescuing
computer
another-
game. A parody computer game called Pissed was released in 1996, a satirical free roam of Myst Island, which had apparently been vandalized by frustrated visitors.
I figured they were going to go more the postal route, but that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine just
PYST?
a point-and-click puzzle shooter that you can lose your shit halfway through and then just Duke Nukem 3D your way through the puzzles?
That'd be sick. So yeah, I think for next week I'm going to do a little bit of research on this game.
Please.
Next
do.
week, I'm going to hold Verizon's head underwater until they give me a decent fucking connection. What the fuck?
Good luck with that one. But like Capcom. Not Capcom, sorry. Comcast.
Capcom and Comcast.
Good night, everybody.
Good
I have
night.
bad and worse for options. Good night.